Rappers fighting on social media seem to be going viral in the rap industry these days. News making media round is that Kodak Black and the Island Boys, Fly Soulja and Kodak Red, had an awkward moment on Instagram Live, and fans can't stop talking about it. Keep watching to find out the cause of the fights between the rappers. The fight. Things got a little bit awkward between Kodak Black and the Island Boys while they were on Instagram Live, and from the looks of it, a serious rap beef is brewing between the rapper and the twin brothers. Now, it all started off as an interesting Instagram Live conversation as the twin brothers are friends with Kodak, and they also look up to him as an inspiration. But later on in the video, things got a bit awkward when the brothers started asking Kodak who he was, and they went on to ask him to tell people who he is. I mean, it's Kodak freaking Black. Who wouldn't know him? Anyway, that wasn't even the highlight of the call. Kodak Red went on to ask Kodak what he was doing for the night, and Kodak responded that he was going to the studio, and Kodak Red responded saying, "Make them hits, bro. Make them hits, man. Make them hits." Now, right after he said this, Kodak went off the call, and we aren't sure what happened between them behind the scenes. However, fans have been raging wild and asking why the Island Boys would drop the N-word, especially with so much disrespect. There is, however, some explanation to it. Although the twin brothers are of American nationality, they claim to be of Cuban origin, as both their parents were born in Cuba. Kodak hasn't responded to any of the media rants about the situation, and it's quite understandable as he has a different beef on his plate right now. Kodak beef. Kodak Black is known to have many rappers on his blacklist, and the Island Boys will only be a mere addition. You see, one of Kodak's oldest and longest beef is with rapper Jackboy, and many fans can't seem to wrap their heads around it as Jackboy was Kodak's childhood friend and former Sniper Gang artist. Jackboy was one in Kodak's good books, and from the looks of things with Kodak and the Island Boys, they're about to take a trip out of his good books. On June 29th, 2021, Kodak made a tweet where he took a shot at Jackboy. The tweet read, "Made a M off Lil Jack." He further added, "Took long enough, but that business must be stood on." His final tweet on the rant read, "These ungrateful." Not long after this, Jackboy seemingly responded to the tweets by sharing the lyrics of Kevin Gates' song Vouch. He shared, "Put the folks in my business, gotta set court appointments, gotta suit up with lawyers. This how we rockin'? They copyrighted my name and wanted $1 million. The label laughed in my face. I had to pay out my pocket." Now, when the fans saw this, they were pretty certain there was some dirt between the duo. However, not much more said. Now, things got heated up in August when Kodak went on Instagram Live and talked about his issue with Youngboy Never Broke Again. While on Live, Kodak claimed NBA Youngboy was on the verge of signing with Sniper Gang until issues popped up between the two rappers. He went on to particularly blame Jackboy for instigating the beef, claiming Jack sent shots at NBA Youngboy via Kodak's Instagram while Kodak was behind bars. He said, "Jackboy was posting on my while I was in prison. Had my Instagram. Yeah, he told me he was gonna post it, so I said, alright, go ahead. You my little." Then he posted that lame. Jackboy took on his own Instagram Live to share his thoughts. He said, "Donald Trump, send me back my I don't know who the y'all sent out. Dude capping. Dude saying all types of dude talking about I had his password and I started a beef. What type of lame is that? Why would I start beefing with another camp for no? What type of lame is that?" Any fan of Kodak knows he enjoys being on Instagram Live, and he always puts up his beef on his social media. You see, Jackboy was initially on Live by himself, still steaming over his much publicized fallout with his former label boss, when Kodak popped up in the comments. The two rappers ended up on Instagram Live together again, and things went south. Don't hang up, Kodak initially told Jackboy, but before Kodak could get his point across, Jackboy spoke over him. "I'm not about to be on this lame with you," Jackboy responded. "I had your password, yes or no?" he asked Kodak, referencing when Kodak told fans on Instagram earlier in the week that Jackboy dissed NBA Youngboy from Kodak's Instagram account. Kodak responded, "You was posting on my page." As the two rappers talked over each other, Jackboy took it to a more personal level. "Did I whip you when we was just rapping your song?" he questioned. This set off Kodak. "I bust your," he said to Jackboy. Both men argued for a few more seconds before Jackboy abruptly ended the live. Jack went on to claim Kodak had been suing him and even tried to get him blackballed from performing at a Rolling Loud festival. Kodak heard Jackboy's reaction and responded in kind. "I don't be on this but this the that you on, so I'ma fire back regardless," Kodak responded. "Our mutual homeboy Ben told me this what you wanted to do. So now it's like, when I go to saying something back, why you trying to act like I'm on some Instagram?" Reconciliation. At some point, Kodak realized that there was much more to life than having silly beef with his childhood friend. However, some events occurred before this realization hit Kodak. He had a daughter and a mutual friend of the two rappers passed. Kodak seized the opportunity and reached out to Jackboy via Twitter. Kodak began by seemingly lamenting over the death of Sniper Gang associate Wiz the Wizard, before publicly asking Jackboy to bury the hatchet and hug it out. Up feeling when you can't even explain how you feel, and even when you do or try to, you get judged by your feelings, he wrote. Then, funerals turn to photo shoots, you can't even grieve in peace, he added. Let's use this as a wake-up call at Jackboy. Get real crazy real quick out here, unexpectedly. This distance love, come give me a hug. Although Kodak stretched out his hand for peace, Jackboy never responded. Island Boys beef. Now, the Island Boys are quite new in the rap industry, so they haven't really gone head-to-head with major rappers. Not surprising, but that doesn't mean the twin brothers don't get some steak. They have an ongoing beef with TikTok Bryce Hall and boxer Logan Paul. Their beef with Logan Paul kicked off when the twin brothers, Fly Soulja and Kodak Red, were all set to appear on the Impulsive podcast when something happened to make them storm off the set. A video posted to the official Impulsive Instagram showed the pair facing off with Paul and Janko right in the middle of filming, with the camera still rolling. After Janko and the pair went at it for a while, Logan stepped in and the video cut off. But according to the post, the two did walk off the podcast entirely. The video was later posted on YouTube, and we could tell that issue began after George Janko offered some advice to the twins, suggesting that they could fall back on their expensive jewelry collection if their rap careers ever went south. George's advice didn't sit well with the twins, and one of them said, "I don't need financial advice when I probably make more money than you. Why don't you talk to somebody else about that?" The conversation got heated, with George claiming he was being threatened by the Island Boys after he gave them nice advice. The two then walked off set, leading to the tense altercation recorded in the viral clip. Logan Paul stepped in when things escalated, effectively ending the argument and going on with the show. Fans seem to be excited over the altercation, and some are even hinting at a possible boxing match between Janko and the Island Boys. Now that's a fight fans wouldn't want to miss. Bryce Hall beef. After their fallout with Logan Paul, Bryce Hall made a pointed statement on a TikTok from the Island Boys, referencing their stint on the Impulsive podcast, where the duo famously said, "You know I'm thugging, right?" Hall's comment read, "Guys, he's thugging, chill out." The Island Boys weren't very pleased with this comment, so they made a responsive video where they gave Bryce Hall a history lesson. In the video, one of the rappers claimed that they'd accrued multiple rap sheets as a juvenile and have dropped out of school at 13, not to mention getting his first tattoo at 12 years old. What did Bryce Hall do? He chuckled after reciting his history. "Hey, listen, man, I was in and out. That's all I gotta say." The other chimed in. Bryce Hall has since responded to the Island Boys video, openly mocking the duo in a TikTok duet. "I didn't realize I was messing with the gangsters," Hall said between laughs. "Stay thuggin', brother." There's no telling how far this beef will end up going, but fans are already waiting in the wings for a possible boxing match announcement between these internet stars. These rappers may have silly beef and whatnot, but how about we pay some attention to the work they've actually put into the industry as well as their achievements. Kodak Black achievements. Kodak may be one of the most rebellious rappers out there, but there's no doubt that he is talented at what he does. I mean, how do you think the man tops the charts? Kodak Black began sharing his music with the public in 2013 when he was just 16. Recording demos in the back of a drug house and repeated visits to juvenile court gave weight to his violent lyrics and stories of inner city life, two things that fueled his 2014 mixtape, Project Baby. The mixtape Heart of the Projects followed in 2015, featuring Skirt, a hit track that got massive exposure when superstar Drake shared it on the web and played it on his OVO Sound radio show. After signing a deal with Atlantic, his third mixtape, Institution, appeared at the end of the year. In 2016, Kodak Black appeared on French Montana's hit single Lockjaw before releasing his fourth mixtape, Lil B.I.G. Pac. The following year, he put out his debut studio album, Painting Pictures, which featured guest spots from Jeezy, Future, and Young Thug. The set topped the R&B/hip-hop chart and rose to number 3 on the Billboard 200. Kodak quickly returned with Project Baby 2 later in 2017, the fifth mixtape and sequel to the 2014 Project Baby release. His R&B-influenced mixtape Heartbreak Kodak dropped on Valentine's Day in 2018, rising to number 25 on the overall album's chart. Months later, after a series of legal charges and not guilty pleas, he was sentenced to a year in prison. Due to credit for time served, however, he was released after just 4 months. While in prison, he legally changed his name to Bill K. Capri and earned his GED. Upon release, he issued the single, If I'm Blind, I'm Flying. The track was the lead single for his sophomore LP, Dying to Live, which was released later that year and topped the Billboard 200. 2019 2015 was spent touring and in court fighting various legal battles, but Kodak was back in jail as of June 2020. In November 2020, he released his third studio album, Bill Israel, while still incarcerated. The album included cameos from Lil Yachty, Jackboy, Gucci Mane, and others, and entered the Billboard charts at number 29 a week after its release. A pared-down 8-track mixtape, Haitian Boy Kodak, came out in May of 2021. Island Boy's achievements. Just how crazy it is that a rapper would get fame from being so at rapping. Well, not too crazy, after all, as that seems to be the case of the Island Boys Fly Soulja and Kodiak Red. The Island Boys are twin brothers who went viral on TikTok for a pretty terrible rap song and video, and they seem to be famous simply for being hated so very much by everyone. But let's dig a little deeper. The 20-year-old twins from Florida made it big online after recording themselves in the pool singing their song, Island Boy. And one thing I'll tell you is, that video didn't go viral because it was good. While Kodiak Red, previously under the rap name Red 4X, has been in the music industry for about a year now, and the pair have previously collaborated on other songs to varying levels of success. It was really the Island Boys video that made them a viral sensation. It turns out their fame has more to do with how incredibly bad their rapping is, mixed with their look, which is obviously unique, but simply trying way too hard. TikTok users were all attempting to imitate the look, lyrics, and vibes of the twins. From the looks of it, the twins seem to come from a wealthy family and grew up attending good schools, which makes fans question their numerous claims of living the thug life. They have, however, had some run-ins with the law, as they claim they were first arrested at 13 and several times since for burglaries and robberies. So I guess that's what they're referring to as thug life. Despite their family money, the twins have also made their own wealth, reportedly around $100,000, all thanks to their TikTok fame, appearances on the celebrity app Cameo, and their YouTube channel with just over 80,000 subscribers, where they post their music and vlogs. They're also often called out for cultural appropriation. So they've made it clear in several interviews that they're of Cuban heritage. Of course, then they have songs like Wicked Way that drop a lot of N-bombs, which still seems like it's inappropriate.